Well, today the Supreme Court heard arguments regarding age verification for online pornography sites. Protesters gathered outside while justices heard oral arguments inside regarding HB 1181. The Texas law requires pornographic websites to verify the age of users before providing access. The law was met with opposition by the pornography industry, which argues that it violates free speech. But supporters say it is a matter of child safety.
In my policy work, I've heard too many stories and seen the evidence firsthand that it is a nearly impossible fight for parents to keep their children safe from porn online.
At this inflection point where we can literally change the course of the future, and I think this is what makes the porn regime really impenetrable. Is this lack of accountability.
All right, here to talk more about the case is Annie Chestnut-Tudor, a policy analyst with the Heritage Foundation. Annie, welcome. Thanks for joining us. So first off, your big takeaways from today's oral arguments.
I think it went well. What we heard from the court was a reaffirmation that the government has a compelling interest to protect kids from obscene content, that is online pornography. And many of the justices acknowledged that filtering and blocking software has largely failed, and that many kids are able to get around it and still access this content. And I think we also heard an acknowledgement that there's been great advancements in age verification technology, and there are many methods out there that are reasonable, commercially available, secure, and maintain user privacy. And that's why Texas, along with 18 other states, have decided that age verification is the best solution to keep kids off of pornography websites.
Yeah, and the justices, though, they were, rather divided, though, on whether to uphold the lower court's ruling. Catholic Justice Amy Coney Barrett, she's a mother of teenagers, and she is one of those who talked about the effectiveness of content filtering software. She said children can access this online porn through things like gaming systems, so it's really difficult to keep up with, while Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson said advances in technology that basically cuts both ways. Talk to us about all of that.
Yeah, so the underlying question, which is really a technical one that they had to answer today, is about what level of scrutiny does the court have to apply regarding the First Amendment? What is it, rational basis? Just does a government have? Is it related to a government interest, or a stricter scrutiny regarding using the least restrictive means? And unclear where exactly they will end up on it. Some people have speculated that there could be somewhere in the middle, because in 2004, when they last ruled on this, they used the strict scrutiny, least restrictive means, which they determined at that time was blocking and filtering technology, and they determined that age verification didn't exist. But we've seen that change with smartphones. We've seen the access, the online proliferation of pornography, and we've seen that blocking and filtering doesn't really work. And we've seen that we have age verification methods. There are several options out there.
And we have about 20 seconds left, so really quickly, any sense on how the justices may rule and what happens next?
Yeah, well, I think there'll be some time before we hear a decision from them. It could be near the end of their term, which is in June. And by today, I'm feeling hopeful. I think there was great acknowledgement that from the justices that a status quo isn't working, and that states have a right to do something about it. So I'm optimistic about this case.
All right, we're going to leave it right there. Annie, thank you so much for weighing in. We appreciate it.